What's up, guys? Keith Trades. Today is November 25th and a beautiful, beautiful Monday. We ended up going 3 for 3. I went 2 for 2. I skipped out on one setup, but overall, this is the model here, guys. High quality narrative, A plus setup, right? You can't ask for much more. I was very confident in the shorts today, and I'm going to show you guys why. So coming on the higher time frames, on the daily, we noticed that coming into the market open, we have drew into this daily fair value gap here. But what we did not do is fill the new week opening gap. So Friday's close and Sunday's open. I love it. I will take this trade 10 times out of 10. When we see the market open on Sunday and fail to fill this gap, I am looking for the manipulation higher to run back lower and fill this gap here. And that is exactly what we got. I was looking overnight and I was like, I hope that we leave this gap here because I'm going to get a short down to that gap. And that's exactly what we got. So coming into the market open, we get a very nice manipulation leg higher. I was looking for the buy side manipulation first. So we got that buy side manipulation leg higher, and now I am looking for an inverse short. Right, coming on to the 5 minute, I always wait for 5 minute structure to tell me when this trade is ready to go. Right, if we're looking at a long, we would want to see what? The 5 minute bullish respect to run higher. Once we inverse close below, I'm looking to get short. Right, candle closure below was a bit far from my area of interest. So once we drew back up and rejected nicely, I got short at 20,019. And I just placed my stop above it here. Again, proof of fills are on IG. You can always check that. Right, I wasn't able to get a full position size. I sized into this trade hoping that we would maybe form a fair value gap lower to get in, or hoping that we drew back higher to get a quality add. We never got that. I entered here and it just fucking dumped straight down. And since I did not get my full size positioning, I didn't have runners to hold down to the new week opening gap. So I ended up taking full profits at the break of this internal low, opening low here. I got out at the 51. 19 to 51, right? I caught 68 points. And that was all we did for the morning. I was looking for a 5 minute short continuation model. That ended up coming, but it just did not come in time, right? It came on the lunch hour, and we just don't trade the lunch hour. But again, this trade, if I would have got full size, it would have been scale break even here, and then runners down to where? New week opening gap. Your third target can be the midpoint of the new week opening gap, and your last target would be the full fill of the thing. All right, you guys see that here, right? Left the gap. Overnight, we manipulated higher off open. Once we manipulate higher off open, I'm looking for a point of entry coming from this inverse 5 minute. We inverse, we reject that inverse, I grab short, scale break even point here, and then your runners would be to fill the new week opening gap. That was our morning session trade. Again, we had the 5 minute continuation model that played out perfectly right here, but unfortunately we just were not on time, and that's totally fine. Right, coming into the PM session. Coming back to the 1 hour, I noted that we have swept out these stacked lows here. And we also swept out internally and found some nice buying. So looking for this 5 minute fair value up to get that inverse. And we get the inverse close here. So now I'm looking for the what? Retrace and respect. Right, we ended up not getting the cleanest setup, but once we formed this bullish, again, I did not take this trade. I called for the members, if they wanted to grab a long, they could grab the longs here and put their stop here. Again, right, you notice how this trade didn't really hit much, but the members still end up catching about 15 points. Why? Because this internal high here was my scale break even point. Once I saw ES sweep out this high and NQ did not, I told members to scale out for profit or go break even. The two members who were watching me, they just took profits here for 15 points, which is the smartest bet. Why? Because very iffy, number one. Number two, we started to stall out. And if we go to ES at that same time point, right, we can see that ES swept out the internal high here at 1016. Swept out the high, so this could be SMT to run lower, and that is going to be our trade that we ended up taking next, right? 1016 high here, not swept. So I said scale out for profit or go break even, because ES did not take that high and the buyers are stalling out here. Had very efficient buying here. Started to stall out here. No continuation. So we played it smart. And it was a smart move in the end. But like I said, guys, I said it could be SMT to run lower. And once we form that SMT and we inversed this bullish here and this bullish here, I ended up grabbing a small size short. And I was just looking for this low here. Boom. Grabbed my short on the candle closure. And a nice little 15-point gain here to end off the day for a small scalp. In hindsight, yes, it ended up delivering to my target, which would be the price of the 5 minute. Right? In hindsight, it did work out. But I'm not upset about missing out on this, right? It was very inefficient. I knew minimum, if we have the SMT, we have the inverse. Minimum, we will take out these 3 stacked lows. So we just took a very tight trade. I gave it a tight risk and just took full profits here. So 68-point banger off the open. Again, it could have been 100 plus points, but just did not have the runners, did not get my full size position in. Came on to PM. Did not take the first along here. Oh, my fault. Here was a long. Right, pretty inefficient. I just wasn't comfortable taking a long. I was, looking for a potential short. Once we got the inverse and the SMT here below this bullish, grabbed our short. Minimum, we hit these 3 targets. So I got fully out here. But overall, a great day. 3 for 3. The highest quality setup coming from this 5 minute fair value gap. But we just didn't get that. But that's going to be it for November 25th. Again, this is just how I trade throughout the day. I come up composed. I wait for the setup to come to me. We had a quality narrative fill the new week opening gap. We stick to the 5 and 15, wait for structure. We execute, we trust our edge, and that's beautiful stuff. But overall, a great day to start the week. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord, we have a link in the bio. We'd be happy to have you. But until next time, guys, peace out.